Thank you for joining us for the Dynamics 365 and Microsoft Teams Seamless Collaboration and Connected Experience webinar. Before we begin, I would just like to provide a few housekeeping notes. If you have any questions during the course of the webinar, please feel free to type them into the chat or questions window and we will get those answered for you during our Q&A session. So without any further delay, I'd like to introduce our presenter for today, Ujjal Sarkar, Senior Manager for Microsoft Dynamics CRM.
Thank you so much, Jamie, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. And today we are going to talk about the different features which Microsoft offers to collaborate between Dynamics 365 applications and Microsoft Teams, and how it is making life easier and convenient for the business users. So to talk further, let me jump straight into the agenda. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So I shall give you a brief overview of what Dynamics 365 is and what Microsoft Teams looks like for those of you who are not familiar with the applications. The next thing I'm going to talk about would be the need for collaboration in the first place. Like, why do we even need it? And what is the premise for the entire integration? Then I'm going to demonstrate the how of the collaboration bit using two personas. That is, the first one would be that of a business user who prefers working over Microsoft Teams and likes to collaborate, across the spectrum of Microsoft tools from within the Teams window. The second would be that of a user who loves to work from within the Dynamics 365 window, and he likes to collaborate from there with other users. I'm also going to talk briefly about two preview features which Microsoft will hopefully introduce in the coming year. Those would be the chat feature, chat integration, and the telephony. And on top of all of this, I shall, demonstrate how the collaboration happens with documents across Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Microsoft Teams. Before we get into the demonstration side of things, let me take you through what we do, who we are. So we are Hitachi Solutions, and we are a part of the Hitachi Group. So Hitachi Group, as we all know, is a global conglomerate, right, with over 300,000 employees working across 100 countries, right? And we have around 864 companies, out of which 677 of them are outside of Japan. In fact, in 2020, we have been voted in the top 30 most innovative companies. So all of us are pretty much familiar with Hitachi in some sorts because we have been a part of the Hitachi experience either by probably taking an elevator or probably using an aircon, or probably we have even used a refrigerator for that matter. So the global group, that is Hitachi Group, it has its different clusters, which emphasizes on innovations and services across these different clusters, right? So like construction machinery, electric equipments and stuff. And we fall right here in this bracket, that is information and telecommunications system. Now, I'd like to talk a bit more about what we do within Hitachi Solutions, right? So we are a Microsoft focused organization. We implement end-to-end client services based on all the Microsoft offerings. We have a team of over 3,000 professionals working across 14 countries, right? And we have been named as the Microsoft Partner of the Year for 47 times now. And if you see, our teams are spread uniformly across the different regions. That is, it starts right from Asia Pacific to Europe and to the Middle East and North America. Now, what do we do essentially? Like, how do we approach our clients? So, in a way, if you see, the recipe to a good solution or any successful business solution hinges around two factors, right? How well our professionals or our consultants understand the implicit business needs of the customer. And the second part to that is how efficiently or effectively we can design solutions to mitigate those business needs. Now, Hitachi is quite well placed to address both these avenues because we have, an industry expertise spanning across the verticals. I mean, it starts right from manufacturing, goes until retail, banking, insurance, healthcare, consumer packaged goods. In fact, we have some specifically made IPs within the organization, which is tailor made for the customer's business. When it comes to the technology front, right? So first we understand through the industry expertise, and we leverage our industry expertise to build those solutions using the Dynamics apps. Like for example, the ERP solutions, the CRM solutions, that is customer engagement. We have field service automations, Power Platforms. So all of these come together, okay, to come up with an efficient and more cost-effective solution for the end business users. Now, keeping our implementation expertise into perspective, we have recently been named as one of the leaders in APAC, okay, by IDC, okay. Um, this comes as a huge boost because it gives a stamp, or rather, it provides a stamp on the work that we have been doing over the years. In fact, we have also been named as a leader by Everest Group in its peak matrix assessment, excuse me, in America, right? So, some of the other awards that I'd like to emphasize on would be the 47-time Microsoft Partner of the Year award. Absolutely. So, in the past year, we have been the field service partner of the year for our implementations, and we have also been the finalists across the customer service, marketing, sales, and government avenues, right? In our team of professionals, we have around 13 MVPs working with us, which is a big deal because they are like domain experts and they are application experts, right? And we have been a Microsoft Gold partner for 17 years, for over 17 years in running now. So, with this introduction, let me move to an overview of what Dynamics 365 customer engagement and Microsoft Team applications are. For this, let me take you to the application straight away. So, Dynamics 365 customer engagement is a suite of business applications which work built keeping the customer interactions into perspective. So it comprises of 5 different applications, starting from marketing. You go to sales, then to service, uh, customer service, that is. Then you go to field services and project operations, right? The layout is uniform across the spectrum of applications that we are using. And for today's demonstration, I'm going to use the Sales Hub, that is the D365 sales application. Now, in this case, what is this? So as soon as you log into D365, right? So this is the dashboard that you see, that you land upon as a business user. On the left-hand side, if you see, you'll find the list of all the tables which are at play. That is, in order to run a complete sales cycle, you'll need to go through a leads process. You will go through opportunities, that is, you'll convert the leads into opportunities. You can list down your competitors. You can have codes, orders. You can create, you can set up a list of all the products, accounts, and contacts. So this is the navigation pane. So you click here, and it will take you to the list of all the all the account records, I'm sorry. And this is a view. So what it does is it filters down the list of accounts in your database into particular filter criteria. For example, what my active accounts does is it filters the list of all the active accounts in the databases, which I probably own, right? So this is one. The second thing is this is the list, this is the command pane at the top. That is, you can click a new, you can click on new to create a new record, or you can delete a record from here. You can collaborate within Teams from here. You can export the records to Excel, import from an Excel into this particular section. Now, keeping this in mind, how do we go ahead and integrate with Microsoft Teams? We'll come to that in some time. Now, let me take you through the layout of Microsoft Teams first. Now, if you look at the left-hand side, that is this end, this is a tray which holds all the features and functions which Microsoft Teams offers. That is, you click here, it'll take you to a chat. Over here, it gives you a list of all the teams that you're a part of. You can schedule meetings from here. In fact, this is synchronized with your Outlook. Okay. So as soon as you set up a meeting in Teams or you do it in Outlook, it'll show up at both the places. Okay. You can place calls from here. You can see the list of all the files that you have. Okay. It is broken down into two sections. That is, you can uh, see the list of all the files that you have shared from within the Teams. And over here, that is OneDrive, you will see the list of all the files that you have shared over chat. Okay. And this section, if you go here, sorry, let me take you to Teams. And okay. So this is the Teams area, okay, where you can collaborate. And this is the chat pane. So the one good thing about Microsoft Teams is that whenever you chat with a person, okay, it is a persistent chat. That is, you'll be able to see the history of all the chat that you have done with the user in the sequence that you have done it. Okay. So with these details, let me move to the presentation, and let me give you an overview of why we are collaborating between Microsoft Teams and Dynamics 365. So as a user, I often find it cumbersome, right, to merge documents. What I mean by that is, let's say I'm working on an opportunity, okay, and I'm collaborating with five of my colleagues. We are working together. Now, what used to happen back in the days was we created our version of the documents, and in the end we'll all merge it together. It became really tedious because the formats would not match, and we did not know what the other person was working on, so there would be a lot of rework done, right? That was one. Second problem was, while tracking documents, that is, even if I made a single change, I'll have to, I had to draft an email and broadcast it to everybody. And keeping a track of those documents over long email chains became very, very tiresome, right? The third one was, while navigating through D365 CE, so often it's so we work on two or three customers at the same time, or probably two or three records at the same time. So the workaround would be for us to open each of those records in individual tabs on a browser and navigate through them. So it became quite tiring because every time you shut down your laptop, you'll have to navigate through D365 again, open those records, open them in different teams or different windows, and walk around them. So that is why it became very important to start a collaboration practice, or to start off with a platform where we could collaborate across the different tools which were available in the Microsoft universe and seamlessly work around them. Now, how do we do this? The premise of this entire integration lies in this data platform called the Dataverse. Now, if you see, Dataverse is nothing but a database with advanced capabilities like integration features that Microsoft offers. It also offers business analytics in that same platform. Now, Dataverse is the base on top of which the Power applications are built and the Office 65 applications are built. Now, if you look at Microsoft Teams or Outlook, all of these are productivity tools which Microsoft offers, and they are built on top of the Dataverse. Similarly, the Dynamics CE apps, that is sales service, all of those apps are nothing but Power applications built on top of the Power platform. And Power Platform leverages Dataverse. So as you understand, the foundation of it lies of the integration lies in the Dataverse. So with this foundation, let me do one thing. Let me take you through a live demonstration of how it works. So the first persona that I'm going to adopt will be that of a Teams user. Okay. So let me jump straight here. Just give me a second. All right. So let's consider this scenario here. What we want to do is I am a sales manager. And what I want to do is I want to create a team of my own. Okay. I want to create a team of my own where I'm able to see the list of all the accounts that I'm working on. Right. So how do I do that? It's pretty simple. We go to Teams, click on this button that is join or create a team, and let us create a team. So we have all these templates available, but we'll start from scratch. Now you have two options here. You can either choose to create a private team or a public team, right? So we shall create a private team here. So the idea is if you create a private team, then any new member who wants to join the team will have to request the team owner to grant him the permission to join. Even if a team member, even if an existing team member within a private team wants to add somebody, the request will still go to the team owner. Whereas in a public team, anybody in the organization can join the team at his will. There's no permission required. So let's call this team the webinar sales. Okay. And go ahead and create it. Just one click and it creates the team. Now, what it will ask me to do is to add a few members. So let me add my team members, that is William and Rene. Okay. And that's it. So a team is created. Okay, and what happens in the background is, I'll not go into a lot of technical details here, but just to keep it pretty brief, what happens in the background is as soon as you create a team, it creates a SharePoint site for that particular team. Okay, and every new channel that you add will be added as a folder to that SharePoint site. Now, we have created the team. Okay, and this team has a general channel. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to see the list of all the accounts that I'm working on right now. So the easy way of doing it is to add a tab from here. I click on the tab and search for the Dynamics app. So it is right here because I've used it recently. It pops up here. Let me select this and add. So as soon as I add it, it gives me a couple of options. So the first option is, do I want to select a record or do I want to select a list of records, right? So right now, based on our scenario, we are trying to select the list of all the accounts. So what I'll do is I'll go for a view selection, and it helps me filter by selecting the table, the entity. So these are all Dynamics 365 tables, right? So I select the account entity here, and then what I'll do is I'll select my view because these are the list of the active accounts that I'm working on, right? And save it. So what that does is, in a snap, you have sort of collaborated with Dynamics 365. You see the list of all the accounts that you're working on. So if you look at this list, it is just the same. It is the same view, right? What it has also done is, as soon as we added the members to this group, that is, we added William and Rene, what it has done is it has sent them notifications on their teams. So this is Rene, and if you see, there's an activity, and Rene has been notified that uh, she's been added to this team called Webinar Sales, and so does William. Now let me go back here. Now what I want to do is, I have created a team. I see the list of all the accounts that I'm working on. Now what I want to do is, I want to work on a particular opportunity with Rene, right? So what I'll do is, over here against the team, I see these different options. Okay, and I want to create a private channel, because this will be a collaboration strictly between Rene and I, because this is a high stake account, and I wouldn't want any of my other team members to know about it. So what I'll do is, I'll create a private channel here. Okay, so let's call it webinar opportunity. Okay, and over here you see two options. First is standard, that is, it is an option to create a public channel. What we want to do instead is, we want to create a private one. So it will ask me for specific teammates. Okay, so let me create a private channel, and it'll ask me for the team member. So what I'll do is, I'll select Rene and add her here. So you'll see that a new channel has been created called webinar opportunity. It has the lock icon right next to it. What that means is, it's a private channel. Now I'm logged in as the sales manager. Okay, so I can see it because I own this team. However, if I go to Rene, and rather if I go to William, now this is Rene. So what you'll see is, Rene has been added to this opportunity. Okay, however, if I go to William here, you will see that under webinar sales, he only sees the general channel, because this channel is public. It is accessible to everyone within this team. We created a private team though, so everyone within this team will be able to access this channel. However, when we create a private channel, it will only be accessible to the people who are a part of that channel. Now, what I want to do is, I want to sort of add an opportunity for Rene and I to collaborate upon. So again, the same drill. I'll click on the tab here. Okay, I'll select Dynamics 365. And this time, I will not select a view. Instead, I'll select a record, right? So what I'll do is, I can filter this by entities, that is opportunity. Okay, and I can select an opportunity record. So I have created this opportunity, which I'm going to leverage now. So this is the opportunity which I'm going to use. I save it, and what you'll see is that this opportunity gets pinned against this channel. All right, and this view, now if I open this in Dynamics, okay, right here, I have to navigate to opportunities, and I'll open this webinar opportunity. It is exactly the same window that we have open right there. So this is exactly what we see. Okay, there are different things that you can do from here. For example, if you want to open this in the web, you can click here. It'll open this opportunity on the web, right? The same record will open here. If you feel that the screen space is too small for you to operate on, you can expand this so the screen size gets bigger, right? You have the chat open. So what you probably want to do is you want to talk to Rene. Kindly look into this opportunity. And what that will do is Rene will see this chat flashing against her name. Now this is William. So right here. So you'll see that Rene has received this in her chat. Okay. Against this particular channel. Okay. So now let me go back to my teams. So what I want to do now is let me close this. Okay. And let me go back to posts. So there is a subtle difference. So what we have to understand about Microsoft Teams is a chat is for anybody. You can chat with anyone within the organization or even outside of the organization if you prefer to, if you want to. And within Teams, what happens is it is a post. So every time you add something, it gets posted here and then you can reply against the post. So if you want to talk something new, you can start a new conversation within the Teams channel. The reason Microsoft has built it this way is to ensure that multiple conversations can coexist within a channel. Else, what happens in a chat is you may want to talk about different topics and it may get lost somewhere in translation or within the persistent chat. Okay, so this is how it works. Now, what we have seen is we have added a view, okay, and we have added an entity. Uh, However, as a user, what I may want to do is I probably wouldn't want to access Dynamics at all. Okay, so I would want to work from within the Teams window. So what I can also do is I can simply add the Dynamics app here. Okay, so if you see, this is the Dynamics app available, and it takes you to Dynamics 365 Sales Hub, right? And you can choose to work on any record the way you want to. It is exactly the same as how it operates here in the web app. You can also pin this. You can also pin this app to the taskbar. Else, what will happen is if you move here, it will disappear. You'll have to select it again. So you can simply pin it here, and you can continue to work from within the Teams window. So you have everything that you need. I'm going to talk about document collaboration later, but for now, um, this is exactly how you can collaborate over Microsoft Teams. Now, let me adopt a different persona. That would be of a user who likes to work from within the Dynamics application. We shall stick to the same scenario. That is, the team owner or the team manager would want to create a team where he wants to access all the accounts that he's working on. Now, in order to do that, let's say I land here, right? As a business user, I am on the dashboard. Just give me a second. Let me have some water. All right. So we are at the dashboard. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a team within Microsoft Teams for the list of all the accounts that I'm working on. So I'll navigate to accounts. I have this view here already. I'll click on the collaborate button. Okay. So once I click on collaborate, it gives me a list of all the teams which exist. I don't want to use any of them. What I want to do is I want to create a new team. Okay. So I shall create a new team from here. So let me call it D365 webinar user sales. And let me go to next. So by default, as you may have observed, that every time you create a team, it creates a default public channel called general, because all the conversations, collaborations, everything happens over the channel. right? So by default, you get a general channel. Let me select that and finish. So what it is doing in the background is it is creating a team in Microsoft Teams. Okay, it takes some time. Let us wait for a few more seconds. Okay, there you go. I want to use the web app instead. Okay. So what you see is it has added a new team here and it has pinned the records. Okay. It has pinned my active accounts view right here. Now what I want to do is I'll probably want to add members to this team. Okay, you can add members from here, right? So maybe Renee again and William. Okay, so both of them are members, as you can see. Now what I want to do is I want to create a channel, a private channel where I can collaborate with Renee on the same opportunity, right? So what I'll do is I can navigate to opportunities and open the opportunity for which the collaboration is required. I open the webinar opportunity from here. So if you see, this is the opportunity form with some of the basic details like contact, accounts, and budget, right? So what I can do is I can simply click on collaborate from here. Okay. Uh, so what it will do is it'll ask me for a new channel. Since I have already established a connection in the previous team, so it gives me this option. But what I want to do is I want to collaborate over a new channel. So this is the team. These are the list of all the teams which are at play here. I want to select the new team that I've created, that is D365 webinar. Okay, I select this team. What I do, what it asks me to do then is to create a new channel if required. Yes, I want to create a new private channel. Okay, that is say D365 webinar opportunity. Okay, so I create a private channel here and it does the same drill. So it is trying to establish a connection between this record and the team channel. Okay, use the web app. All right, so as you see, this is an exact replica of what we created from within the teams, right? So we executed it the other way around. Okay, this time we created the team and the channel from within the Dynamics window. Now what I want to do is I want to add new members, so I can simply go here and add Rene, right? And the rest of the process remains the same. Now let us talk briefly about some of the chat features. Now let me put a disclaimer here. The disclaimer here will be the chat feature that Microsoft offers within Dynamics 365 is in preview. Okay, so at times it does act funny, but I'll try and take you through all the features that it offers. Okay, uh, before that, let's see how it works. So if I'm here, okay, and if I'm trying to talk, let's say, Rene and William, they want to have a conversation within each other, right? So they want to chat. So what Rene can do is she can open the chat window. Here is the new chat icon. Click here and look for William. Okay. It will open an existing chat because, I've been communicating with William. So let me say, hello, William, kindly attend the webinar. So what we'll see now is that William will see the message on his chat box on Teams. And if you open Dynamics 365, and if William is a user like who likes to operate from within the Dynamics 365 window, you will see the chat popping up here as well within the Teams tray in the Dynamics 365 window. You can chat from here. The next important point that I would like to highlight is, if you see here, right, this is the chat window. This is the compose chat window. So when you click on this, okay, we move to this. I hope it works. Yeah. So as I said, it's a preview feature, so at times it acts funny. So when you click on this, it opens the new chat window. So at any given point in time, you can have 4 chat windows open. So you can type anybody. You can search for a person, okay, William, and you can say, hi, hey, William. So again, this message will be received by William right here. If you see, hey, William, right? So this is one way of doing things. There's another way of doing things. That is, you can also start a linked chat. By linked chat, what we mean is you click here and you can search for a person, and it will open a new chat window with a link to this existing record, this record. Okay. It plays up at times. Let me see if I can add something here. Okay. Nevertheless, what it also does is, when you click under the channels tab, and if you are on a particular record, what it will do is it'll show you a list of all the channels that are active for this particular opportunity. Okay. However, if you go to the dashboards, okay, it does not have a channel because you're not pinning a dashboard to any channels. So you can simply go ahead and chat from here. So this is pretty much what the chat feature enables you to do. There's also another interesting feature for telephony. Okay, so Microsoft is introducing this new telephony feature called Business Voice. Um, it is a phone system, okay, which does not require any infrastructure installation. So all it needs would be a license and a few setup, okay, and then you're good to go ahead with the telephony system. It has another attribute to it, which is the calling plan. So whenever you want to introduce a telephony feature or function in your Dynamics app, okay, you need to have two things. First would be your phone system license, and the second would be your calling plan. It is not necessary to have a calling plan with Microsoft. You can have it with a third party as well, or you can also port all those numbers to Microsoft. Now, what it does is there is a tiny icon which pops up here once you activate it. There are multiple ways to use this, right? So you can either search for someone within your organization. So you can search for this user and you can call the person, or you can even dial somebody from the trackpad and simply call. So the calling plan would allow you to make a certain number of calls each month. And there is a third feature which will really come in handy. That is, if you open any contact, or let's say we created this account, right, for Hitachi Solutions Asia Pacific. So what you have here is, okay, you have a phone number here. All you've got to do is simply click on this icon and it will take you to the call. It starts connecting. The call did not complete because I do not have the calling plans activated. However, this is how it is going to work. This is a teeny meeny sneak peek into what Microsoft is going to offer in the next year or so. It is still under work and it is in the preview version. Now, we have already seen how you can chat, how you can pin records, and how you can call somebody. So even the call feature that you have seen is built on top of Microsoft Teams, which you are accessing from within the Dynamics window. Another important feature which needs to be spoken about at length would be the document collaboration. Now, in order to talk about the document collaboration, let me go here to the uh, same team that we have created, okay? And let's say I'm talking about this. There are two ways in which documents can be collaborated upon. First is you can share the documents, share the files over Teams, okay? You can access those files over Teams and you can work with different people together from within the Teams window as well. So first, let's take a look at the chat option. A lot of us who use Microsoft Teams uh, have this habit of sharing files over Teams because it is more convenient. You do not have to draft beautiful, lengthy emails to share documents, right? It's easy, convenient. So the way we do it is I'll upload it from my computer. So let's go to desktop. Okay, and let me upload this file here. Okay, so it is uploading and share this. So as soon as I've shared this, it gives an access to the person I'm chatting with to edit this file. Now, one interesting thing that you have to observe here is when you upload this file over a chat, it gets stored in your OneDrive because this is a personal document which you're sharing with someone at a personal capacity. Now, if you go here, you see the test data, you click here, okay, you see it says my SharePoint. So this is the OneDrive. Now, let me show you how someone can collaborate. Okay, I can go to William and let's say Nancy Anderson, right? So this is a sample file that I see. I can either click here or I can go to files and I can click here. Okay, this file loads and you will see that someone is already active on this. Okay, and let me scroll to the left. So I can add probably 4 here and it will get updated. Okay, it gets updated right here. So it is all real time, but it is happening in OneDrive. The next way of collaborating over documents would be this. You go to Teams, okay, and let's say I want to talk to Renee on a specific opportunity and I'm sharing some quotes with her or I'm sharing some presentation with her, right? So what I can also do is I can click on files and upload a file. Okay, so let's do this document. Okay, so this document is being uploaded right now. Oh God, what just happened? Okay, let me see if I can refresh this. Okay, so the test document popped up here. Okay, and I can either select this, open it in SharePoint. So if I do that, it'll take me to the SharePoint site. Now this is the SharePoint site, and if you recall, I told you in the beginning that every time you create a team, it creates a SharePoint in the background, right? So this is the SharePoint site created for this. Okay, and this is the opportunity, which is the channel. It gets listed as a folder here. You can come, you can open this file here, and you can edit. What you can also do in this case is, let's say, you know, you do not want to open it in SharePoint, okay, and you want to modify the document from here. It is opening up a new tab. But anyways, so the another way of accessing a document and modifying it will be to add um, a tab. Okay, generally what happens is, in order to work on an opportunity, you will have multiple records. For example, you may have shared 5, 7, 10 Excel files. So it becomes a pain to sort of navigate through those files and open a file each time to collaborate upon, right? So what you can also do is, you can select let's say Word in this case. Okay, and this gives you the list of all the Word documents that are available, right? You select the Word document from here and you click on Save. What that will do is, it will open a new tab for the Word document that you are working upon. Okay, so this is the Word document. Now, every time you want to edit this, you simply go to this tab here and you can operate from within this window. There's another way of accessing the documents that will be through here. Uh, sorry, you go here and you'll see a list of all the files. Okay, so from within Microsoft Teams, okay, it'll take some time to refresh, but this is test data one which is uploaded. And if you go to OneDrive, you'll see the list of all the chat files here. So this is exactly how you can collaborate upon with documents, and you can share it with your team members, and you can work together. So this brings me to the end of this presentation. So we have around 10 minutes to go. We can probably start taking questions now. Over to you, Jamie.
Let me check if there are any questions. It seems like we don't have any questions right now, but if you guys remember anything, if you want to ask us and Ujjal, you may just reach us through email and through our social media handles as
Yeah. Let me also share a QR code from where you can reach us. This is the QR code which you can scan, and you can always reach out to us with your inquiries. And this is our email ID. Well,
well.
thank you so
Thank you.
much, everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone,
Jamie.
for
Yeah,
attending. And we hope you have a great day. Thank you, everyone.
take care, everybody. Good day. Bye bye.